Ever feel like the internet's just moving at warp speed? You know, one minute you feel like you're caught up.
And the next, boom, there's a whole new trend, a new platform. It's,
Yeah.
yeah, dizzying.
It really is. It feels like a constant race, just trying to figure out what actually matters, what's really important.
Totally. The sheer amount of stuff out there is overwhelming, like trying to drink from a fire hose.
Yay.
And things change so fast.
Well, that's exactly why we're doing this. Think of this as your shortcut through all that noise. We're doing a deep dive.
Yep. Not chasing every little fad.
Yeah.
We want to dig into the real shifts happening online for 2025.
Exactly. We've gone through a bunch of expert reports, industry articles, even some interesting community chats.
To basically pull out the key trends, we're looking at TikTok, YouTube, the wider social media scene.
Our mission really is to give you a clear picture of what's coming up and, maybe more importantly, why it's actually significant.
And what's really interesting is just how much things are changing, like user behavior, the content people actually want.
Platform strategies, too.
Definitely. Some of it's actually quite surprising.
Okay, so let's dive in. First up, a word that gets thrown around a lot but feels more important than ever. Authenticity.
Ah, yes, authenticity. It's gone from buzzword to, like, baseline expectation.
Especially for Gen Z and millennials, it seems. They really seem to want that raw, unfiltered, sort of real-life content. Less polish.
Absolutely. After years of super curated feeds, people are just craving genuine connection, relatable stuff. It's not optional anymore for brands.
And a huge part of that is user-generated content, UGC.
Right. The stuff real users create. Photos, videos, reviews.
Yeah.
It's like the ultimate proof that something's legit.
And it actually impacts buying decisions, doesn't it? I saw a stat, something like 82% of people are more likely to buy after seeing UGC.
That's the one. It's massive. It shows just how much people trust other people over, well, traditional ads.
And businesses are noticing. Sendable's research mentioned, what was it, like 15–16% are focusing heavily on UGC for 2025.
Around 15.5%. Yeah, it's just a real strategic shift.
So how do brands do authenticity? It's more than just saying you're authentic.
Oh, for sure. It's about, like, pulling back the curtain. Showing the behind-the-scenes stuff, the messy bits, maybe.
Employee stories, day-in-the-life videos, that kind of thing.
Exactly. The human side. It builds trust, makes a brand feel more like, well, people.
And that trust, that connection, it often leads somewhere else, right? Like directly to making a purchase.
Yeah, which brings us nicely to social commerce. The lines there are getting really blurry.
So less separation between just scrolling your feed and actually shopping.
Pretty much. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, they're building sophisticated shops right into the app.
So you see something you like and you can just buy it without leaving.
Exactly. Less friction makes it super easy.
And live shopping is part of this too, those real-time selling events.
Yep, still growing. It adds that interactive element, that immediacy.
The numbers are pretty staggering too. Statista said the U.S. market was, what, $75 billion-ish in 2023?
Roughly $75.6 billion, yeah. And projected to basically double over $141 billion in 5 years.
Wow. So businesses really need to make buying directly from social easy.
Absolutely. It's not just nice to have anymore. It's becoming essential for ROI, for good user experience. Seamless checkout is key.
Okay, so people are buying more on social, but where are they connecting? There seems to be this move towards smaller private groups.
Yeah, that's a fascinating shift. Away from just chasing huge public follower numbers.
Towards building, like, more tight-knit communities.
Exactly. The idea is that a smaller, really engaged group is actually more valuable than a massive but passive audience.
Does the data back that up?
It does. Something like 66% of branded communities say they see a real impact on customer retention, keeping people loyal.
That makes sense. And it feels like lots of people are in these groups now.
Oh, yeah. Global Web Index found 76% of internet users are a part of some online community. We're all looking for our tribes,
Why the shift, though? Is it just information overload on the main feeds?
That's a big part of it. Social fatigue is real. People want deeper connections, more personalized chats, not just shouting into the void.
And the engagement levels are different.
Hugely different. Private communities can see nearly 50% active engagement. Compare that to maybe 0.05% to 5% on a public feed.
Yeah.
It's night and day.
So how do you actually build one of these thriving communities?
It's about quality over quantity. Offering exclusive stuff, really encouraging discussion, making members feel valued.
And platforms matter, like Facebook groups for one thing, Discord for another.
Right. Facebook groups are great for shared interests, pretty broad. Discord's amazing for niche topics with all its channels and interactive tools.
So the goal isn't just followers anymore. It's building a real digital home for your audience.
You got it. Turning followers into actual advocates.
Okay, this idea of social fatigue you mentioned, it feels like people are just getting more selective overall. Content overload.
Definitely. We're all drowning in content, right? So people are naturally becoming pickier. They'll engage with fewer posts, but maybe more deeply with the ones they choose. Higher quality wins.
Which leads to something maybe unexpected. Social SEO. Using search within social platforms.
Yeah, it's becoming way more important. People don't just use Google anymore. They search directly on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
For information, products.
Everything. So you need to optimize your social content so people can actually find it when they're searching there.
How does that work in practice? Is it like regular SEO?
Kind of. Keyword research is key. What terms are people actually typing into that search bar on TikTok or Instagram?
And then use those keywords. Where?
In your captions, definitely. Add alt text to your images, that helps too. And for videos, make sure your captions and subtitles are keyword rich.
Okay, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about AI-generated content. It's everywhere now, it seems like.
It really is. We're talking text, images, video, audio, all created using artificial intelligence tools.
And the idea is it helps meet that constant demand for more content on social media.
Exactly. AI can help create stuff faster, potentially personalize it more easily. These tools learn from massive data sets to generate new things.
We've seen names like ChatGPT for text, right? And others for images and video.
Yep, Synthesia for video, Lexica for images, tons of them popping up. Even platforms like Senable have built-in AI tools now, like an AI assist for captions.
So the benefits are speed, maybe personalization, cost savings.
Those are the big ones.
Yeah.
But there are downsides too, right? Potential lack of real creativity, authenticity issues.
Errors, biases in the AI, ethical stuff.
All valid concerns. Marketers need to use these tools really carefully, ethically, and probably still have a human overseeing things. It's a tool, not a total replacement.
Okay, let's touch on a specific platform that made a big splash. Instagram Threads. Is it sticking around?
It certainly seems to be. The growth was phenomenal, right? 30 million users in the first day.
Yeah, and now it's over 150 million, with millions using it daily.
Those are strong numbers. Launched by Instagram, obviously, as a sort of text-based rival to Twitter.
And it leverages your Instagram login, which makes it easy to join.
Super easy onboarding. Plus features like controlling mentions, filtering replies, easy sharing back to Instagram. It's pretty well integrated.
So while building a community anywhere takes effort, Threads looks like a serious player, especially if you're already big on Instagram.
Definitely one to watch and potentially integrate into a strategy.
Now, there were a few other trends mentioned in the reports we looked at, but maybe with less detail, like episodic brand storytelling.
Right, that popped up. The sources didn't flesh it out much, but you could guess it means brands creating like ongoing content series, mini shows to keep people hooked.
Kind of like some YouTubers do.
Potentially, yeah. Recurring segments, evolving narratives over time.
And what about social media managers becoming brand hosts?
Similar situation, noted as a trend, but not deeply explained. Maybe it means the social media person steps out from behind the logo.
Becomes more of a personality, does live sessions, Q&As.
Could be. A more visible human face for the brand's social presence.
And lastly, in this quickfire round, B2B marketing shifting to brand awareness.
Yeah, the idea there, presumably, is that B2B companies on social might focus more on just building general recognition and trust.
Rather than just hard selling or lead gen all the time.
Exactly. Maybe more thought leadership, industry insights, building that reputation over the long term.
Okay, interesting hints of things to come. Now, let's focus specifically on YouTube. Lots going on there. Podcasts influencing video.
Hugely. Look at that Cat Williams interview on Club Shay. Over 85 million views. Viral moments are definitely happening in podcasts.
So even if you don't do a podcast, maybe make your videos feel more conversational, like a podcast.
Exactly. More relaxed, maybe easier to pull out those shareable little clips for shorts.
And gaming content is changing too. It's not just Let's Plays anymore.
Not at all. YouTube's data shows a shift. Think about Dress to Impress on Roblox. Billions of views.
And that wasn't just gameplay.
No. It was creators doing real-life fashion contests based on it, beauty tips, fan theories about the storyline, merging gaming with pop culture.
So the advice for gaming creators is blend gaming with real life. Dig into the lore.
Pretty much. Think bigger than just playing the game. Create challenges, explore the world around it.
And fans are driving trends more directly now.
Oh, absolutely. Look at big movies like Deadpool and Wolverine or events like the Olympics. Fans jump on it, make memes, start challenges.
They're not just watching, they're participating, shaping the conversation.
Totally. So creators need to be quick. Jump on trends early, maybe do explainers, create remixable stuff that fans can use.
Also hearing that horror and thriller content is booming on YouTube.
Definitely having a moment. Spooky stuff is big. Games like Five Nights at Freddy's, Poppy Playtime, even animations like Amazing Digital Circus.
So tapping into that eerie vibe could work for lots of different creators.
Yeah, storytellers, gamers, reaction channels. There's a big audience for it right now.
And YouTube Shorts, still critical for getting discovered.
Absolutely essential. YouTube keeps emphasizing it. The algorithm pushes shorts hard for dance trends, viral sounds, memes.
So even if long form is your main thing, you need a short strategy.
You really do. Repurpose longer stuff.
Yeah.
React to trending shorts. Use popular sounds. It's key for growth.
And the way people use sounds is changing too. More POV or point of view videos.
Yeah, using popular songs to tell relatable little stories or scenarios, not just for dancing.
Music and remix culture are obviously huge drivers on YouTube then.
Oh yeah. A song blows up on shorts, it can launch a career overnight. Think Espresso or Hayuro Konde. They became massive meme sounds too.
So using trending audio smartly is a big visibility booster.
Definitely. Reacting to music trends, creating content that fits the vibe of a hit song, it works.
And surprisingly, maybe, reality TV formats are finding a home on YouTube.
Yeah, creator-led reality shows are doing really well. Stuff like India's Got Latent or Bin Circle's Blind Date Show. Audiences seem to love that style on the platform.
So challenge videos, competitions, social experiments, YouTube likes that stuff.
Seems like it. They're promoting it.
We're also seeing sports and gaming coming together more.
Yeah, the lines are blurring. Big athletes like Ronaldo joining YouTube, gaming influencers starting their own sports leagues.
So if you're into sports, maybe react to games, do analysis, or find ways to mix sports and gaming.
Lots of potential there for crossover appeal.
And reaction content. It's still popular, but evolving.
It is. The interesting thing is people aren't just watching for fun anymore. Sometimes they watch reaction videos instead of the original thing.
So if you do reactions, pick trending stuff, focus on the best bits, and crucially, add your own take.
Yeah, your perspective, your expertise, your humor. Don't just sit there. Have an opinion. People engage more with a clear viewpoint.
Meme culture. Still incredibly powerful.
Undeniably. The view counts are insane. Moye Moye in India got over 4.5 billion views. Dubai Chocolate in Manila, hundreds of millions.
So creators should tap into memes, make explainers, compilations.
More creators are definitely doing that, making shareable content around the meme, breaking it down for people who missed it.
Nostalgia is also a big trend. Old stuff coming back.
Big time. Old songs, old trends, vintage looks. People love it. Creators are revisiting old shows, playing retro games, remixing old hits.
And those remixes then fuel new shorts trends.
Exactly. It's a cycle, like MTG Tropicana or Cuerete and Contrar.
And amidst all the shorts focus, long-form video isn't dead.
Not at all. It's just evolving. Think big documentaries, cinematic storytelling like that Mount Everest climb video, engaging narratives, binge-worthy series.
Even old TV shows finding new life on YouTube.
Right, so quality, storytelling, and maybe an episodic format are key for longer stuff.
Okay, briefly on the YouTube algorithm. Based on community talk, it shows videos to a small group first.
Yeah, it typically starts with a core audience, subs, regulars, people with similar tastes.
And then looks at click-through rate, watch time.
Exactly. If those are good, it pushes it wider. If not, well.
But you can't really game the system, can you? It still comes down to making good videos people want to watch.
At the end of the day, yeah. Understanding it helps, but quality and audience appeal are paramount. You can't just hack your way to virality reliably.
Right. Okay, let's switch over to TikTok. Still a massive trendsetter, obviously.
Absolutely. Fashion, music, food, pop culture. So many trends still start, or at least explode, on TikTok. That For You page magic is powerful.
But it's tricky for brands, right? Trends move so fast.
Incredibly fast. It's a real balancing act, jumping on something while it's hot, but making sure it actually fits your brand and doesn't feel forced.
Authenticity again.
Always. There's this idea of storytelling unhinged. On TikTok, basically, brands needing to be more experimental, more human, less corporate.
And it's not just about posting, it's about interacting, bridging the trust gap.
Yeah, treating it like a two-way street, asking for feedback, joining conversations, actually listening. TikTok claims users trust brands way more if they see ads there.
Interesting. What was that stat? Like 108% more trust?
Something like that, yeah. Suggests presence there, builds familiarity and maybe credibility.
And we see specific themes emerge, like autumn vibes or cozy gaming.
Definitely. Seasonal trends, aesthetic trends, they take hold pretty quickly. Cozy gaming is a great example. Relaxing games as the weather changes.
And how are people actually using TikTok? It's like a search engine now, too.
Increasingly, yes.
Yeah.
People search for product reviews, how-tos, trend explanations. It's a visual discovery engine.
And they want relationships with brands, not just ads.
Seems so. They want that two-way chat, that feeling of connection. And relatable content with real faces just works better. Customers, influencers, staff.
Real people resonate. And finally, viral challenges are still a core part of TikTok DNA.
Oh, yeah. Someone starts something, throws on a hashtag, encourages others to join in. It's fundamental to how trends spread there.
Okay, let's shift to music trends for 2025. What's happening there? Context over category, what does that mean?
It means the vibe or the situation the music fits is becoming more important than strict genres, like rock or pop or what instruments are used.
So musicians need to think about how their music makes someone feel, or what they might be doing while listening.
Exactly. Is it study music, workout music, late-night driving music? That context matters more.
And generative AI, it's hitting music production too.
Potentially in a big way in 2025. Tools that don't just assist, but actually generate new musical ideas, new sounds. It could be revolutionary or controversial, or both.
And aesthetically, dirty aesthetics, like less polished music.
Yeah, kind of a backlash against super clean pop. Think indie sleaze coming back in fashion, bleeding into music. Artists like Charlie XCX finding success with rawer sounds.
So maybe more loose, spontaneous, fun pop?
That seems to be the trend. Less perfection, more energy.
And social media is actually creating new kinds of music.
Or at least new ways for unusual music to find an audience fast. If you have a weird idea, you don't need a record label, you can put it on TikTok and see if it connects. Bypasses the old gatekeepers.
Interesting. What about specific genres? We saw some talk about hyperpop. Is that going mainstream?
Still pretty niche, according to the community buzz. It's very intentionally over the top, kind of abrasive pop.
So could it become mainstream?
Mixed opinions. Some think artists might emerge who make it more accessible, like happened with mumble rap or cloud rap maybe. Others worry that going mainstream would kill what makes it unique.
A classic dilemma for niche genres.
Always.
Okay, one last specific example just to illustrate community stuff. Trackmania and the track of the day debate.
Ah, yeah, that's a good example of internal community dynamics. Basically, some players feel the same few map creators get picked for track of the day way too often.
And they think the review process might be biased, maybe unintentionally.
That's the suspicion among some. It raises questions about fairness, variety, how platform curation works, and how different parts of a community can see the same thing very differently.
Okay, wow. We've covered a lot of ground looking at 2025 trends. Let's try to summarize the big themes.
Definitely. Authenticity is huge. Inescapable, really. That raw, real feel is demanded.
And social media blending completely with e-commerce. Buy buttons everywhere.
Yep. Plus, that shift towards smaller, deeper, private communities over just chasing big follower numbers. Quality engagement is king.
Short-form video obviously still dominates for discovery and trends.
Can't ignore it. And AI's growing role in creating content. The good, the bad, and the unknown.
And across it all, music, memes, cultural moments, they ripple through everything.
Absolutely. It's all interconnected.
So understanding these shifts, it's not just for marketers, is it? It affects how we all use the internet.
Totally. Which brings us to a final thought for you, the listener. Thinking about all this.
Yeah, how might you change how you use social media or how you consume content online, knowing these trends?
And maybe. What opportunities do these changes open up for you in whatever you're interested in, beyond just business stuff?
It's a constantly evolving space, that's for sure. Staying curious seems like the main thing.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, thanks for taking this deep dive with us today. Lots to think about.